Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonogo. Last week it felt as if we were lamenting when we looked at Nigeria's trajectory, how we have descended from the lofty heights we were, as at then in 1996, and 20 years on, how far we have gone down the valley. But then they said when it rains, it pours. We're expecting this to be a redemption. Not that we know that we prepared so much, but we thought probably getting up, Nigerians with decent, in the diaspora, whose parents over there, having been, born, bred, or trained out there with the better facilities that, we up here. Of course, when we did it before, we knew we did it then because of some of our athletes who had scholarship in foreign universities. So basically, our trainings have always been there. We just look at it as a production factory and then go over there to grind them into the product that we want to use. But as it's turning out, we are now hoping against hope. Hoping that, yes, probably one leap of faith, one just leap by Ese Brume, maybe one dash by Enoch Agegoke, or himself, we'll look at Toby Amuson, will take us there. Because that is the brighter side of it. We woke up, not even just in the morning yesterday, and then it wasn't feeling that good. We've had this issue that the Athletic Federation sent 19 athletes to represent Nigeria, and suddenly there was a letter that says 10 of them, 10 out of 19 wouldn't be, continuing with the 2020 Olympics because they did not meet up with the out of competition testing. They were not tested. Our federation, knowing fully whether we're in the A list, slacked. So 10 out of 19, we had 9. Let's see if the 9 will do us good. And then the Okagbare issue came in. It was a bombshell. It was dampening, and most of us, the way we took the news, I know how others would have taken it. Okagbare has been the mono athlete. Okagbare has been the hope of this nation. Okagbare has carried us go back from 2008 in Beijing. Even in 2012, when we had nothing, it was all hope on Okagbare. When she didn't get a medal in that 100-meter race, our hopes were dashed. From 2008 to 2012 to 2016, as Okagbare, and her resurgence now, the nation hoped on her. And when it happened, without anybody, unexpectedly, yes, when it happened, it dawned on us that maybe something very, I don't want to use a tsunami, has just taken place. And then we're still talking on that and thinking how. Because when you remove 10, when you remove Okagbare, it is 11 out of 19. And then Divine went and started, and they said it was a false start. So it means 12 out of 19. Our hopes now, hinged on 7 out of 19 athletes, even before the start of their own competition. That was how bad it was. But this morning, a few minutes ago, I see some cheering news out there. Enoch Agegoke had just have made the finals for the 100 meters. Toby Amuson had also made the finals for the 100 meters hurdles, and then 110 hurdles. And then Ese Brume did qualify 6th in the long jump. She's also in the finals. And what probably when she can make it, jumps the way it came in 1996 when Chioma Ajunwa did that jump. We are hoping that probably that is how it is going to happen. The Olympics is not what we want to talk about. It's not what I don't know, because we have been discussing the Olympics with all fun, fair, happy, and that is the thing. But the results are taking us that way. Especially when their result is not as did not come because our athletes did not give their best. It came because of the incompetence of the administrators. It came because of the infighting in the federation. It came because of the power torso, the mugs of flexing of those who say it is important to show that I am powerful than for the nation to move on. And basically that is where we are now. Sometimes we should be able to look at ourselves and say, no, let us do the right thing. It's not about you. It's not about me. It is about Nigeria. This is Channel Sport on Sunday, and then we will look at it is Olympic period, so it is going to take the bulk of what we are going to discuss. But then today, Aqua United might be lifting their first league trophy you know, so as it is if they win their match. But then before then, also, it was on Sunday, on the 8th, it will be the turn of the FA Cup, we call it the ITO Cup, when against all expectations, the boys from Bayelsa, Bayelsa United, will be taking on Nasarawa United in Benin for who will be the ITO Cup champion of this particular year. So we're looking at all that and then see how we can move on. But then, well, let us look at the league first. Let us look at, you know, the league, because today fixtures will be on. We want to look at today's fixtures, and basically we can see if Aqua, they can, you know, they can keep their promise, because they are the promise keepers. Let's see how it is possible for them to do that right there. You know, it has not come without it. Anyway, these are the fixtures. Jigawa Golden Stars, and they will be battling FC Ifeanyi, and that is on who wants survival. That is a battle for survival. Aqua United will be looking for glory when they take on the Prayer Warriors. So it is the promise keepers on the Prayer Warriors right there. All they need is avoid defeat, and they will be crowned champions, you know, of this year's MPFL. Rivers United will be taking on Lubi Stars. Enyimba International will take on Sunshine Stars. Sunshine Stars are still hovering there. They are just above, and then anything that will take them down is what they want to prevent. So let's see how they, you know, they will go over there at the Cathedral and see if they can get anything from Rangers International of Enugu. Plateau United will take on Dakar FC, while Nasarawa United, who also was in the finals of the ITO Cup, will take on okay. So we'll move on. Katsina, it will be Katsina United taking on Abia Warriors. Adamawa United will face Kwara United. A lot of United are here. Kano Pillars will take on the tourists from Wiki. And the Warri Wolves, yes, they are it is not looking too good, will take on Heartland. So those are the fixtures. But then let's look at the table, because the table tells the story, tells the tale of how far the journey has been from week 1 till now. Like we were saying that, you know, Aqua United, all they need do is avoid defeat, because this is week 37. There are 6 points up there. If they get one more point, no team will catch them at where they are at. You know, so that is they are on 68 points. 69. The best Nasarawa can get to is 68 if they win their next 2 matches. Same thing with Enyimba. So basically, those are the only 2 pursuing them. But if Aqua United gets a point today, it means it is all over for any other body who is pursuing them, and they will be crowned champions. But then the battle line goes down there. You can see, you know, at the bottom, some teams are already gone. But then, who will survive? Who will survive? Is it Jigawa? Is it Warri Wolves? FC Ifeanyi, it is not looking too good, because to this match they are playing away and they are trying to see what, but nothing is impossible. I wouldn't want most of those teams, the private clubs, to go down, because those are the lights of the league. We're talking about too many government-owned clubs out there, and we're saying, well, let this one survive. Let the spice, you know, also be there, so that it will not be just a one-way ticket. But it is not looking too good for them. But let's see. We've seen greater surprises in other climes. So it is not impossible for FC Ifeanyi, you know, to move on. But then, as it is, Ifeanyi Warri Wolves, Jigawa Golden Stars, and the already relegated Adamawa United are not staying. What is it? But then that is where the story, because talking about the league, there was this protest of Rivers United against Jigawa Golden Stars, and then you know, the LMC decided on that particular protest some years back. We're going to see if we can get a reaction to this, because that is the thing. Letter of protest on fielding of an ineligible player on match day 34, Jigawa Golden Stars versus Rivers United. That is the letter there. And they said they are in the receipt of this letter, and they've done their findings. That rule, if you go to A, that rule C5 states that if it is established that a team intentionally featured, and you can say that intentionally, you know, I was bold there, bolded a player who had earlier received 5 yellow cards or red card before the match in question, that the affected team will lose 3 points and 3 goals to the appointment. But that Jigawa Golden Stars was not in receipt of the correspondence from the league. We've said this before because this thing happened during Enyimba when Enyimba took on Niger Tornadoes about 4 or 5 years ago. And then the same thing happened when Enyimba said they did not receive the letter. We said they were setting a bad precedent then, you know, but this is their findings, and this is their honest finding according to them. But it coming down, when you come down there, they now said consequently the protest is dismissed and the result of the match stands. That is Jigawa Golden Stars 2-1 Rivers United. You know, they now told Rivers United that you are required to, within 48 hours of the date of this notice, to either submit to the summary decision hearing or elect to be dealt with by a commission, that is appeal on this. So we want to see if we are ready, we can go to Port Harcourt and see if we can get a response on this particular issue. Let's see how Rivers United, if they agree with the findings, if they agree with the decision of the league management, come the LMC, on their protest. So while we are waiting to do, well, see if we can get that connection done, we join us. Okay, I think I'm being told that we have the commissioner of for sport in Rivers State, Honorable Bama on the line. Hello, Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
Okay. You would have received the letter from the LMC, the 29th of July letter, and their decision on your protest in your match against Jigawa Golden Stars. It's like your protest is like the Jigawa used a player who has 5 yellow cards from what we see in this letter. Is that what your protest lied on?
Well, first let me
go on.
Okay, first let me thank you for having me this Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
The truth is that it's about Rivers United, and it's not about the Minister of Sports. We really don't have much to do, only to supervise Rivers United in terms of the management of the football team.
Yeah.
But having said that, I've been properly briefed about what is happening, and I've also seen the letter from the LMC. We have also asked them to comply with the decision of the LMC by making a further appeal to the Nigerian Football Federation. So it is only after that appeal has been considered and a decision taken that we will know the next step forward. But to say that that decision, it's not the right decision to have been taken, we want to believe that the LMC has an ulterior motive for what they're doing, but let us not preempt the situation. Let us wait till the Nigerian Football Federation comes up with its final decision. That's when we will know what to do next. This is not the first time this is happening to Rivers United. You remember last year the same thing happened when they were supposed to be playing the CAF Champions League. They fraudulently gave it to Enyimba Football Club, and then you all see what happened. Rivers United have tried to go to CAF, and they appealed. A lot of stakeholders, sports stakeholders, football stakeholders in Nigeria appealed that we shouldn't wash our dirty linens in the public. But this is coming again a second time. So I don't know. Let us wait till after the decision of the Nigerian Football Federation. Then we'll know what next to do.
So in other words, you are not accepting the decision of the LMC.
Definitely. The rules are very clear. You know, it's not the regulation belongs to LMC and the Nigerian Football Federation. It is very clear. If you intentionally feel the player that is ineligible, you lose the 3 points and 3 goals against you. But anytime it comes to Rivers United, Nigerian Football Federation, LMC has something else to do. They try to bend the rules in favor of the other teams. We don't know what their reasons are. We will find out at the end of the day.
Okay. But you've submitted your protest already to the Nigerian Football Federation Appeals Committee?
Oh, yes. We're given 48 hours, and so we're given 48 hours.
Yeah.
We were given 48 hours, and that will expire by tomorrow. So first thing tomorrow morning, that appeal will be put in place at the Nigerian Football Federation, and we expect them to hear it on time.
Okay, because they are saying waiting for okay, of the receipt of 48 hours after you have received the letter, not when it was written. So that means okay, that means
Yes,
probably
after
you
we
have
have received the letter, yes, exactly.
probably you still have to tomorrow in order to submit that. Okay,
Definitely, and we will do that tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable. We just want to hear your position on this, and then so that probably let's say that maybe the right things when the appeals committee hear your appeal. Let's hope that the right decision on your own side or whatever the interpretation of the law is will be put to rest. Thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you very much. This is not about Rivers United or this is not about Rivers United. It's about Nigerian football, and we expect every stakeholder like you to also stake the facts as it is and also have your own opinion. Because today it's Rivers United, tomorrow it can be another team. You can't come at the middle of the game and start bending the rules. These rules are stated clearly, and everybody has copies of these rules. So when the rules are violated, you come tomorrow and you try to change it. What is that it wasn't intentional? What is not intentional? They got receipt of the letter. We have all the facts. We have all the evidence. I will put that forward before Nigerian Football Federation.
Okay, let me just ask you there. I wanted to end, but let me just ask you this. In case the NFF rule in favor, follow the LMC, are you taking this up to CAS, or you were so that this thing can be fully interpreted, or you rest your case from there? You are waiting until that decision is taken.
I don't want to preempt. I don't want to preempt what will happen.
Okay.
It's all about due process. We have to follow it stage after stage. Now we have gone to the Nigerian Football Federation. If we're not satisfied, we still have another option, like you said, going to CAS. But it will depend if we're ready if we want to take the case further or want to leave it at that stage. So let me don't preempt what will happen. Let us finish what at the Nigerian Football Federation stage. Then we will know what next to do.
Okay. Thank you, really. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
Okay. That's the Commissioner for Sport, Rivers State, Honorable AIA, and then he's saying they are not accepting decision of the LMC on this. Like we said, it has happened before. Probably let us test. Rivers are saying, let us test the law to a logical conclusion, so that there won't be a misinterpretation. Because I mean, the way it is, because the thing is, like a lot of us have been talking about this a very long time ago. Right? It's like the booby trap set. The intentional. I don't know, because you want to be a mind reader. It's either you commit an offense or you don't. Either is a violation. It is easy for you to say, okay, you didn't do this. But say an intent. What were you intending to do? Is like, so probably that so basically let us see how the Nigerian Football Federation would do this. As some of us have been saying, because that intent is subject to different interpretation, that it should be we say, look, expunge it. Let's say if you use 5 yellow cards and then you didn't get it, and then this issue of it happened in the case of Enyimba. We said it here against Nigeria Tornadoes, where the league management body will say, look, we sent an email to you, and then the guy said, look, we didn't receive the mail. I don't know, you didn't receive the mail either because you didn't open the mail, or you didn't receive the mail either because the mail didn't get there. I think there's a process of finding out if somebody received the mail or not. So basically, and then if you don't, I think we also have the case of Samson Siasia, when they said, look, we wrote you, and the man said, I didn't read my mail. Oh, you didn't read your mail? That is not the issue. You have Maria Sharapova. The same thing when the laws were changed, and they said, look, you are doping. And he said, I've been doing this for very long. They said, no, but we sent you a mail. She said, I didn't receive my mail. That was not their ignorance. That is, they tell her, look, we send it to you. And she has to serve that particular suspension. So let's see how it is going to pan out. We're only saying, for the good of the game, let everybody have justice, not just to be done, but the sin to be done in this particular aspect. If a clause is subject to different interpretation, then it is not expressly stated. Basically, that is what we are saying. Look, can they do this so that we know 1 + 1 in football has to be 1, not 1.5? And always say the goal, half of the ball entered. They say, look, all the ball has to cross the line. The rule states it so. And when that happens, the referee will get an alert to say, look, by me, it is a goal. So it is not subject to say this and that. And then, so let us see how we go. This is a statute. This is the Bible of sport in Nigeria. This is what guides football, the league football. football in Nigeria. So basically, let us have the laws and let everybody understand what the law says. We don't need lawyers to be interpreting these laws for us. They should therefore they come. And lawyers don't play football, so they should not be interpreting it. And that is the thing. So let's see how it goes. The league is coming like it might likely end today for those who want to win, but those who are going down probably will still have up to the next week 38 to now know whose ox is God. And like we said earlier, it will be Bayelsa United taking on Nasarawa United, in this year's ITO Cup final. This Bayelsa boys, I hear they play a lot of nice football. Nasarawa to play a lot of nice football. So if you want to, on the 8th of August, our destination will be Destination Benin. Just go to the Samuel Obomodia Stadium, I hope so. That's renovated stadium, and then go and then the pitch should be lush, and the grass should be sweet, so we can go over there and watch it. But then let's call that is the finals, like I said, on August. Yes, August the okay. Nasarawa taking on Bayelsa United on the 8th of August 2021. We're going on a short break, and when we come back, we shall go straight to the Olympics. We hope for good.
With just hours to the commencement of the track and field events in Tokyo, the Athletics Integrity Unit reveals that 18 athletes are not eligible to compete because the minimum testing requirement under Rule 15 of the anti-doping rules were not met by Category A federations. Unfortunately, Nigeria is the most affected country, with 10 athletes dropped.
Well, the issues about the missed test or the period of test that they should have done for a period, the best way to do it is we have a registered, to keep our national agency, anti-doping agency, on prim and proper standards so that they have enough funds to run this test over the period of time. Even with the agency, they can come at any time to go to people and test them. Regular periods of testing is difficult for some of us because some of them don't even belong in the country. So they need to be in full alliance with the international body so that they can send people to wherever they are to continue doing their test.
Debutants in the track and field events for Nigeria, triple jumper Ruth Usora, Annette Echikunwoke for hammer throw, Chioma Onyekwere for discus, and some athletes listed in the relay events did not make it despite working hard to qualify for the games.
I don't think this has happened anywhere in the world before. I've never heard of this story before, that you get to the games and you're not competing because of the incompetence of the people that are meant to be in charge. So unfortunately, I'm devastated for the guys that are there who are meant to be in the right frame of mind to compete. I'm sorry for, like, I don't have words for them. I can imagine how they feel, but I can only encourage them and say, keep your head up, It's easy for me to say I'm not there, but as an athlete, I feel terrible for them, but I hope and pray the way I've been hoping and praying for God knows how many years now, that things change, man.
Let me even leave ministry and federation. The coaches, they know the athletes have qualified. Are you telling me my athletes will be in the Olympic team? And I know that if it doesn't go for like 3 out of competition dope tests, he won't be eligible. I'm a coach, and I will not know that. If a coach can fold his or her hands and say things going hazard like this, I don't think it is right.
With Team Nigeria yet to make its mark at the ongoing games, the recent development has put a dent on the hope for medals in the sports that have produced 13 of the 25 medals won by Nigeria at the Olympic Games.
Category A. These countries are the countries that have violated mostly, anti-doping rules. So if you have been found wanting among these countries, of which Nigeria is one of them, something is expected of you to do. And that is why when they said athletes not eligible for Tokyo 2020, according to the letter from the athletics integrity unit. He said, I said 20 athletes not eligible for Tokyo 2020 as minimum testing requirements not met by category A federations. Your federation. It is, we're saying you should do, they said, category A country must undergo at least 3 no notice out of competition test, urine and blood. That is what is there now, urine and blood. Conducted no less than 3 weeks apart in the 10 months leading up to a major event. He said only then do they become eligible to represent their national team at the World Athletics Championship or the Olympic Games. He said the national federations are accountable. They are accountable for ensuring appropriate anti-doping measures are in place in their respective jurisdictions. So the players don't test themselves. They only have to let you know this is where we are at any point in time so you can test us. But we understand this thing. There is a Nigerian word or Nigerian phrase we normally use, fire brigade approach. In days leading to at least the 10 days leading to the day we're supposed to submit names, we were running relays. About 3 relays were running in Nigeria. We're running relays everywhere because we want to qualify. And then how do you do all these things? You don't monitor your athletes, and you know that you are using those who have qualified, those who have. So most of these athletes have qualified, a year ago, and we are saying 10 months leading. So basically, it is not what we want to say. People have to let us, when they come back from the Olympics, they have to tell Nigerians exactly what transpired. Now that is the list, and this list is not looking too good. Belarus had just three non-eligible. Bahrain 0. These are the countries. These are the countries that are in the A list. Here they are: Belarus, Bahrain, Ethiopia, Kenya, Morocco, Nigeria, and Ukraine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, of these 7 nations, 20 athletes are involved because Kenya replaced 2 of their athletes. That is 18. Nigeria is accountable for 10 over 18. That is almost about 60%. Over 50% of them are Nigeria. This does not tell well. And then let us see the athletes themselves. Whether are going for this will be their first Olympics, or might go for their last Olympics. Some might not qualify in the next 3 years. So this is once in a lifetime for them. And then you now trash them. You trash their dreams. You trash whatever. Sacrifices that that they've gone through in all these years. This is from Chioma, and then Chioma Onyekwere. She said the 10 of us will not be competing, but that won't stop us from speaking on how we feel robbed from this experience. Look at our athletes protesting on the streets of the Games Village there in Tokyo. How damaging is this to our image? How the sport is supposed to be our best image launderer, but look at what we are getting. Look at what we are getting. We did this. Our footballers protested after the World Cup in France, the FIFA World Cup in France. Our athletes are protesting right now again. It is not for allowances, it's for incompetence. And this is where we are going. Basically, I think a lot needs to be done, and they let us see what we are. The kids are, they're not taking it. It is devastating. If you lose because you competed, it's a different matter. And then after this now, we have not finished this. The Okagbare issue now also came. How much can one nation take? How much can the sport fans of a country take within hours, within days? It is. I mean, this is piling. It is piling too much. And then we just have to think of what to do. I want to take you guys back a little bit. In 1980, we went to the Olympics in 1980 in Moscow. And then when we came back, it was a scandal. It was a scandal that the government have to set up, a committee, to look at what happened and advise on ways to go. What happened? We still move on there, and then in Barcelona, when they came back, of course, we managed to get some, silver medals through boxing, and came out from there, and it was as if there were some patches. But then, by the time we went to London 2012. We came back with 0 gold, 0 silver, 0 bronze medal, and then the sport minister then, and then the federal government, they set up another thing. They went on a retreat with the president in there, and then they wrote over a thing. What happened 4 years later? We only managed to get a bronze through the dream team of Samson Siasia. And look at where we are again 4 years later. Are we going to set up another panel, another committee, another retreat to look at it? You see, it is, we are just moving around in circle. All motion, no movement. The lines are open. You join the conversation. Let us see where we are going. It has to be Solution Sunday, like we try to to guide you. How do we get this done rightly? At Jamaica, in the 100 meters race, Jamaica had gold, silver, and bronze. So I don't know how. I think normally we do this mathematics. We want to let you know what is the population of Jamaica compared to Nigeria, compared to Lagos, compared to Osun, compared to Abia, compared to Jigawa. What is the population of Jamaica? And look at how they are churning them out. Yeah, I've brought in some ex-Olympians here, and then who went to Jamaica to study the Jamaican experience. Are they in the federation? Are you listening to them? No, the lines are open. Let's hear you. But let's see. Like I said, there was good news today. This morning, about an hour ago, Enoch Adigoke, he's in the finals of the 100 meters together with the South African Simbine, Akone Simbine. He's also there. And then there is also the good news for us. Ese Brume, she qualified also for the finals in the jumps. And we've gotten a gold and a silver already. Okay. Shola, how are you?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Shola.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
We are just like a nation crying foul on nothing. Over the years, over the decades, at least, I believe over 4 decades now, and we have been saying the same story all the time. Look across all our sectors. We always put a square peg in round holes. Before, I remember in the 90s, we have all our sports have sponsors. We have Bonvita sponsoring our league. There's all of the Pepsi sponsoring our league. Like time for movie track and field events. Where are those days? It shows that our cricketers across board have never been fair. Because we don't put those who are genuinely interested in sports there. Because we are close to one sports appointment now have become political competition to politicians. That is why, because there's no way something. Before you even know, you start spending your money, you will not even know. Because you want results. You want best for your athletes. I know coaches in those days who will spend their money to train, prepare the athletes for competition. But what do you have nowadays? Everybody is not looking for what are we get? What are we get? Look, that's why they don't even know. They were committing errors they didn't know. Until when they got to Tokyo, they were not aware. Until when they saw the letter. As many of them now, many of them here, I don't be surprised, some of them don't even know that such law exists. It's because they are not interested in the plight of the nation, in the plight of the athletes. If they are, then we have done the best thing, the right thing at the right time. That will help us in this country. Thank you very much. We are going to give us so much.
Thank you, Shola. Thank you, Shola. Shola is saying, I mean, because it sounds very, very ridiculous. You already know that you are on the watch list. Like we said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nations are involved. They say your athletes, before you can come to the competition, you would have done an out of competition 3 tests, and it should be done with not less than 3 weeks apart. Within 10 months, do 3. Are you monitoring your athletes? Do you have your athletes? I think there was time we took them, so they want to go and do relay. You are carrying athletes to go and do relay, and you have not asked them if they have done their test. How can you do you go to university without passing having your minimum requirement? You say, okay, go and buy JAM form, go and carry your child to go enter the university. Have you checked if the child has the minimum requirement qualification to enter? Have you done that? And then at this level, if we were more professional some years back, we can understand, but not at this level. This is heartache. It is not at this level. I mean, and take those who are concerned. Okay, let's go to meet Suleiman. Hello, Suleiman. Suleiman, how are you?
Good morning and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Go on.
I think last week when you were discussing about the issue, you never knew you were going to discuss wars today. It just shows how bad we've gone.
Yeah.
I believe, I know deep in your mind, you are you are not happy. How? Even the players, that means they are not updated. If I know I'm going for a competition myself, I know I have to read everything about the competition.
Yeah.
But because of the fire brigade approach, they don't know when they're going to call them for qualifier, they don't know. It has even destabilized them. Let's come back. There's no... Last week, when you brought someone on the studio, he said you prepare for Olympics for 4 years.
Yeah.
Then if you want to win a medal, you prepare for 8 years. I heard an interview about, I think, badminton. Those two players, they said they lost their first game in the last Olympics. They were not done. They had to prepare for 3 years. And this year, they won gold.
Yeah.
That means it really particulars what your colleagues said last year. If you want to win a medal, you prepare for 8 years. Participation 4 years. Let's go. There's no way about it. What brought about the the Mary Oyale? It was then we had School Sports Federation. They are working. I will give an example myself. When I went to JS1, I have never seen long jump before. I have never seen high jump before. I have never seen discus. I started practicing in JS1. And before JS2, I was able to skip my own height, there, because we were doing it every day. Then, because my colleague then, maybe Chinyere or someone, a lady can do better than me, I have to go extra mile before the time to go and do it. I want to be more than her without any coach. So we go to our university schools today. Maybe those facilities are no more there. Then when in primary school, we do intersport. Today, where is the Shell Cup? The only channels I think that are still doing this secondary school, primary school competition. We have to go back. We have to start from the beginning. And I don't know, because of the corruption, if MTN today or any of these private companies, if you are signing a contract with them, tell them that you must try and assist our sport. Go to South African League today. They have more than 6 to 7 competitions by different private sector. In Nigeria, government are still struggling to sponsor the league. So we must go back to the drawing board, and we must show that we are serious. So football is business everywhere. There's nobody that doesn't want business. Nobody that doesn't want profit. If the environment is good, you will see private sector will come. You will be tired. Indirectly, with sport alone, you can reduce bandit. You can reduce everything, because when in the evening, you go to in the evening. There's something for me there. I'm going to go to the field. Maybe if I'm among the first 3, I'm going to get the gift. People will say to their mind to go to sport. So with sport alone, you can reduce a lot of unemployment. So I think just as you said, there's a certain committee every 4 years. We hope this time around, with people like you make it happen. Next time we do better. Thank you.
Thank you, Suleiman. The committees, let us say they will set up one. They will probe. They will say, let us look into how. Why we did badly. Like I said, we did it after Moscow. They set up a committee. It was a scandal. Moscow, I don't want to call it. I don't want to call what the scandal is all about on air. But that was what it was, a scandal in 1980. And then we set up that committee, and then they came out, the white paper, everything. And then we went to London. And that is, you can imagine from 80 to 2012, that's about 30, how many years? 32 years? 82 years. 80 to 2012, about 32 years later, we came back empty-handed. No gold, no silver, no bronze. And then they say, oh, we have to do a retreat. And then the ministers, the president, everybody gathered for 8 hours. They discussed all day and then came out with, the roadmap to move forward. That was in 2012. And we got to 2016. What did we come out? We came out with nothing, if not for the bronze medal. And then you look at England is ripping. UK, United Kingdom, they are ripping. Kenya, go and check how many. Cuba, I told you last week that Cuba has 37, not 37 medals, 37 gold medals from boxing alone. Comparative advantage. What are we good at? Come to Nigeria. We are so blessed that you can say, okay, Lagos State, give us, Lagos Kwara. Can you give us table tennis players? Ondo, Delta, Rivers, can you give us swimmers? We have a lot to go. The middle distance and long distance, go to Plateau, go to Adamawa, get to the hills and get done. What are the Kenyans doing that we are not doing? These are basically how we want to do. Put this swimming pool, put the facilities in place. No, it is power struggle. Who will be on the board? Who is authentic and who is not authentic? And we let's talk. Let's just talk. Let us talk about sports, Formula One. Sometimes I want to get this. The lines are still open, and somebody is doing it so well. Like we said, when somebody is doing something nice, you try to emulate that particular person, and that is Lewis Hamilton. Last week it was like the last race. It was almost whatever. But let's Israel. Okay, let's go to Yobe. Hello, Israel. Israel, how are you?
Hi, Israel. This is Ephraim.
How are you?
Hello.
Hello. Go on, Israel. You are on.
Okay. Thank you. This is Ephraim from Yobe.
Yeah.
I feel your frustration, the frustration of every other person. Looking at what Nigeria got to do and what she is doing abroad. Some of us look at my always to see that it is Nigeria. If I see Nigeria, I am motivated to watch. So when you come back from work and you see that other countries win gold medals, silver medals, and you see your country nothing. It's for us to see that it's about corruption.
Okay, your lines are a bit cracking from Yobe. Of course, it's just not your fault. Sometimes it is the network, that is how it is. But if you can call back, please do call back, Israel. Corruption is there, like we are saying, appropriation, making appropriation for certain things, the facilities that we need. You have a vision. How do you go there? Your short term, your long term. Like we said, comparative advantage. We have a lot of boxers from Edo. Put go to Afuzi and put a facility there, a center of boxing. You put it there, and then that area, you know that, yes, tell them that we need a boxer. In each of the, how many local government we have in this country, put a gym, a boxing gym. Put a boxing gym. We can get over 700 boxers. Bring one boxer from one local government. And I tell you, why can't we go to the Olympic? Just one boxer. How much do you to put a boxing gym? Just a gym where they can go over there. Look at what Dada Legal is doing with wrestling. Look at their hope. And I tell you, when you have competent men somewhere, the result speaks for themselves. Let's go to Abuja. Alex, how are you? Good afternoon, Alex.
Hello.
Hello, Alex. How are you?
Yes, I really enjoyed your analysis this afternoon.
Thank you.
It's very painful that we have a country like Nigeria, because it appears our leaders who are in authority do not even care about the future of this happening. And it's pathetic. It's really pathetic. It's high time that everybody come on board and do something that will change the narration, the narrative. Because if it continues this way, you will discover that a lot of Nigerian athletes will end up representing other countries, just like what we have in the Olympics, where a Nigerian is representing another country and competing against a fellow Nigerian. So I don't know where this is going to take us to, but we'll keep talking until things change.
Exactly. We'll keep talking.
God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria. Thank you, Alex. Like you said, even in basketball that we were praising, we're saying, look, we have a hope. We have hope in basketball. We went to the diaspora, brought in our diasporans, brought in the players, brought in the coaches. I better look at the reaction of the coaches. The coaches are saying, look, even the federation are not giving them the needed support. The Tigers are crashed out. They lost their first 3 matches. The Tigers are all there. I mean, that is where we're hoping. Before the Olympics, over the Pro-Olympic tournament exhibition, and we did so well. Then they came into the dam, no support from the federation. We are going on a short break. We shall be back. Please stay, don't go anywhere.
Well, it's a very, very outstanding performance. But for me, I believe in my team, and I believe that even though we are playing the NLL, that we are as good as any MPFL team. So winning these teams, good performance, but outstanding achievement. Of course, why not? It is an inspiration, even though I don't compare female and male football, but that for them getting to the final was an inspiration for us to get to this position. And we thank God for that. Brother, from the beginning we started this competition, I have told my players that it is the shortest cut for us to a continental. And our going there, all we want is victory. And victory is what we expect. And the fans too, that's what I'm going to ask them to expect from us. Yeah, a lot of things change. We started the NLL competition. We're not doing badly. We're still doing very well there. But with some additional players and the new management coming in, to improve the welfare and the motivation of the players, I think with that we are able to get to this stage.
Yes, actually, we expected from us. And I think we played a good game today. Unfortunately, we considered that goal and could not convert our penalty kick. I think we were really unfortunate. Okay. We got so many chances which we missed, and well, it's part of the game. I think we are very unfortunate today. It will actually bring the morale down. The players won't be at their right frame of mind to compete in the other matches, but I think we have to do a lot of psychology work on them to see that they come back to their real self and then compete for those games. Well, it's a big blow to us because we're an ambitious side, and then we were expecting a better result, at least to end well in this tournament. But unfortunately, we are ending our road today. Well, there's nothing we can do. It's football.
There is nothing we can do. Stanley Eguma, is football. You win some and you lose some. Rivers United said, we've come to the end of this competition, but then how do we psych them up to play in the remaining 2 matches? Remember, they say when the trains it paused. I said it before. LMC threw up their protest against the Jigawa Golden Stars, and here they are also losing to their neighbor. In fact, Bayelsa used to be Rivers. It used to be the old Rivers is Bayelsa State and Rivers State. So it was brothers at war. And also at the Expense, I don't know Bayelsa is because even the Bayelsa Queens also did beat Rivers Angel. The Queens beat the Angels to play in the IT Cup female final. So it has been Bayelsa this time around, but then Rivers take it easy. You are the senior brother. You've been having it over there. Once in a while, let them come out. But then no matter how it is, somebody there was the ones who brought Apua Uti here, and he said even if you are playing Ludo with your wife or with your son and he's beating you, you don't feel, you feel it. You feel the defeat. When Ajala is in the house, where you're welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ken, for having me. I just looked at the Temple of Football Agege Stadium and I said, look, San Marino, the total population is 34,000.
Yes.
If you put all of them in that stadium, and so far they have like 2 medals.
Yes.
And we with 200 speculative 200 million.
We shall do that.
We are still chasing.
I think we shall do medals per population.
we are still chasing. So
San Marino, 2 medals already.
In shooting.
And the lady was, she got that, and then that mixed one with the guy. They got it there. So you can say San Marino. Like I said, what is the population of Cuba? Cuba, I think Agege is more populated than the Agege local government area. We shall look at that, and then see how, like we said, they have 37 gold medals in boxing. They have about 60-something medals, or over, I think 68 or so. But they have 37 gold medals they have right from boxing alone. Talk about comparative advantage. The Okabare issue is not too sweet to hear. Sometimes you feel, you see, as I said, be dispassionate, but it's not easy at times. Especially because we are first and foremost Nigerians. Are you getting it? You know how of course it is a temporary, it is a suspension until when the B sample is taken. But how is this looking for our queen?
Yeah, I think prior to the Olympics, we had just 6 medal prospects, and Okagbare was just one of their 6 medal prospects. Yeah. And incidentally, that night or that morning, I was having a chat with somebody when I said, okay, because they started competition, let me see. I just saw, okay, a big one is coming. What is it? Okagbare thrown out. And it was for an out of competition test. Yeah. But I think, in my own opinion, I felt the AFN, though I don't think whether we have any AFN now, should have appealed, because the same thing with our Divine Oduduru. I expected the AFN to have put up a fight, because the first breed guy was also be expelled. Not even Okagbare's time was Oduduru's time was slower. So for now, nobody is as if appears nobody is taking responsibility.
Poetic justice. For that same British guy now did the same thing in the semi-final. So he has been thrown out.
So the way it is now, it's as if nobody is taking. You are on your own. So that is what the painful thing about the saga. It was from what is said, it was an out of competition testing on
because it was done July 19th.
The situation now is we have people who are not even tested. Now we have people tested out of competition being thrown out. But Okagbare is somebody we can still vouch for, because she has been there for decades, and it's not now. She has nothing to gain by knowingly taking a banned substance.
Okay, Olafe. Hello, Olawale. Who's that?
Olafe.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. How are you? We still have your book.
Analyzed today.
Yeah.
The problem we have in this country in our sport is that is the target of those chairman, presidents. You understand? Everybody has a target. Like, let me give you an example of NFF today. You have own target that want to be in the FIFA, and you know that he will enter through Nigerian Football Federation president. That is the own target. But where are we not going to the Olympic? Why? As a footballer? I don't know. It's just of them. See, imagine the panel. I pray, let the minister, let Darren make sure that when they come back, they set up panel. This time around, I believe the panel will be different by the grace of God. He must do something. He must find out what is really happening in this country, especially sports. All of them, they have target. Honesty to God. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Olafe. Whatever you should settle about.
Ken, I don't believe in.
You remember the Moscow scandal?
Yes.
And then after that, when you know.
Yeah, I'm someone that I don't believe in panels. I'm saying this because statutorily we are supposed to even review our sport policy after every Olympics. Yes. That is the way it should be. Review the Olympics and formulate fresh policies that will take us the next 4 years. Now, like London, almost like Tokyo. After the London shame, we had a very serious high-power retreat on sport.
Yes.
Kudos to President Jonathan. He was there. Pull out the Minister for Finance, Okonjo. So it was a serious business for sport. And I thought we'll pick it up from there. But unfortunately, nothing has come out from that very serious.
That is 9 years after.
9 years after. Yes. So, and remember, after Atlanta, we had a better result than Great Britain. But it was the shame of Atlanta that drove Britain to review their policies, and today it's like gold every day.
In fact, I think I will share a document. I will look for that document. I will share that document next week because we'll review that document here after the 2012 Olympics. Because immediately the Olympics finished, in spite of how they achieved, they decided on how 2016, just less than a month after 2012, after 2016, the funding, they came out with the percentage of funding for each sport based on performance.
Yes,
performance
even the athletic, the Dutch guy that was the athletic performance director, he promised I think 8 medals, but they had more medals in terms of gold, but they had like one less. He resigned. And people were saying, no, you should not go. The man said, no, the target is set 7 medals of any color, but they even had more gold than speculated, but the guy still left.
That is. But here, unfortunately, when they come back, they are going to have people. You're talking about panels. We are going to have people who are the enemies. I mean, is it not the federation that will tell you we are not getting sponsored because you are only talking about negative news that's affecting our our sport? How can a federation do those who talk sports? Are they the ones that are they the ones that are supposed to do what is happening? You see. It is. Let's just look at. Let's talk. Okay, still on the Olympics. Djokovic couldn't achieve the golden thing, and everything just watered off that way. Yeah, it promised so much, but delivered so little.
Yes, Olafe was saying something about people who were using the association to further their own interest, and I think I have extreme respect for Djokovic because what the guy did was trying to win as many medals as possible for his country, but unfortunately it backfired because like 3 times he was playing singles and mixed doubles same day. So he got as far as the semi-final after he lost painfully in that semi-final, and of course could not carry on the bronze classification match. Also, he lost
the bronze to Carolina Busta,
the Spaniard. Yes. But again, he had to withdraw from the mixed doubles. Yes. But if the man, I'm certain, if he had focused only on singles, he would have gotten to the final. And as of today, he's here to play in any Olympic final.
Yeah, so let us see. He's matched to greatness because look at the Federer has a gold, I think, in doubles. Nadal has a single gold. And the Murray has 2 gold. In fact, he wanted to do it back to back.
He has 3 medals because he has silver in the mixed doubles.
So he wanted to even go from 2012, 2016, he got knocked out, and then he said, look, I've tried. I wouldn't continue.
He also has a bronze from, I think, Beijing. Djokovic has a bronze from Beijing.
All right, Shegun, how are you? I think you are from Lagos here.
Okay.
Hello, Shegun.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
What? I wonder why we are all making noise. Because what has clearly happened is a reflection of the country itself. There's no way you can isolate sports from the entire mess in the country, where we have a Super Cup who has suddenly turned to a tailor. It's an unfortunate situation. Everybody in that system is a culprit, from the players to the coaches to the administrator, up to the minister himself. The problem is, who is overseeing the minister? The person overseeing the minister, who is overseeing that person? We have too many merchants of gold in the system. How can a player leave Nigeria and say you don't know the rules of the competition you are going to participate in? How can a coach leave Nigeria and say, the word I'm sending to a competition, I am not looking at it back. The administrators themselves. There was a lot of infighting. What did we expect? I mean, anybody talking about setting up a panel. I don't know if we still have any drawing board, going back to the drawing board or whatever. I don't think we have any drawing board.
It's proverbial, Shegun.
The whole system is messed up.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Sorry, Ken, I didn't hear you.
No, I said the drawing board is proverbial. You see? It is virtual. It's a virtual board.
The system itself.
Are you there, Shegun?
No, there's no board. There's no board anywhere. Anybody talking about board? Maybe it's slate. Even if you have a slate. Anybody who's talking about board. Your system is messed up. The panels you have set up before, what has come out of it?
What has come out of it, yeah.
What has come out? They will go there, they will waste money, they will speak grammar, and they will come back all. I don't have you guys in sports because I wonder how you manage your hearts.
It's not easy, Shegun. Thank you, Shegun. For once, I told my colleagues, during the week, in the past 48 hours, I myself almost break down because it was too much for me to bear. When the 10 athletes gone, Okagbari, Divine Oduduru, and
the mixed relay.
The mixed relay was so unprofessional that 8 teams were on track. Only Nigeria had a male running against female and a female running against 7 men. I mean, it is so ridiculous. I don't know.
No, see, Ken,
it's like Cartoon Network.
It's the same tactical ineptitude because we talked about someone speaking up for Divine Odudu and nobody even saying anything concerning blessing. So it's the same. It's just like we are still having concerning the blessing situation. It was the Gusso faction that even released something that has a semblance of responsibility. The Okowa faction, nothing.
No, they said Sebastian Coe has shaken the hands of Okowa and giving him the password. So that is the most.
So Ken, again, as I said, no panel can, in terms of power, in terms of seriousness, in terms of integrity, can be greater than that one that was set up after the 2012 Olympics. With the president himself called that meeting, called the finance minister. You don't see the finance minister every day. So you can't have the president and finance minister and still be talking of panels.
We are going the way forward.
So I think the way forward is before we send this budget appropriation bill to National Assembly, let association tie their budget to medals so that we can track them. Let those goals
performance
driven.
If you don't perform, that is what England, that is what the United Kingdom did after 2012. I will look for that document. I will share it here. I think I still have it somewhere. It came 9 years ago. So let us see if that will take us to our own El Dorado. I'm Kenneth Chonogo. Odunayo. We hope on you. Stay blessed, Nigerians.